Welcome to Mr. Chalk's Revision Tips. In this video, we will look at natural selection, speciation and Darwin's finches. Natural selection is the differential selection or survival reproduction process that happens within organisms that allows evolution to take place. So individuals within a species show a wide range of variation. Variation is because of changes or differences in the genes. So individuals with characteristics that are most suited to the environment are more likely to survive and reproduce. So therefore they'll be able to pass these genes on to their offspring, which means that their offspring will gradually evolve and more of the offspring of that species will show that particular trait. So evolution mostly deals with how populations become adapted to their environment, right? But this is not how adaptation leads to speciation. So for speciation to occur, barriers for the gene flow between populations needs to be put in place in order for them to evolve. So new species can arise from genetic variation. So each population can have a wide range of alleles that control their characteristics, natural selection and speciation. So a new species can also arise from a result of isolation. So this is where two populations of a species can become geographically separated because of the environment. Isolation can prevent interbreeding and the combination of genes within these species. So different mutations can take place in the isolated groups and create different phenotypes within a particular location. So over time, a species may evolve to be different from or to each other, and they will no longer be able to interbreed. So scientists believe that the ancestors of a modern island fox first colonised what is now known as Santa Cruz Island during the first ice age, approximately 16,000 years ago. At that time, low sea levels made the three northernmost islands into a single island, and the distance between this island and the mainland was reduced to about 8 kilometres. Right, so how could the island fox have developed into a completely different species from the mainland grey fox? Right, some of the key things that you would have to talk about is that two ancestral species will become separated or isolated by a geographical barrier. You'd get genetic variation within this caused by different mutations. So these would happen because of survival in different environmental conditions. So natural selection would take place in those separate areas to enable the better adapted organisms to survive, which would lead to evolution in those particular isolated species. So Darwin described speciation of finches after his studies of birds in the Galapagos Islands. So Darwin's studies revealed that the finches had a wide range of variation in their size of beaks and claws from island to island. So the finches' beaks differ depending on the local food source. So Darwin concluded that this is because the islands were distant from the mainland and the finches had arrived there and had therefore evolved by natural selection to suit their particular environment. Thanks for watching.